Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Haba, welcome everyone to a special edition of All Parsha, Parshas Shelach, the Haturim on Parshas Shelach. For this week's Shiur, we would like to offer 10 gems of the Haturim on Parshas Shelach. Let us begin. Shelach lecha anashim. The soifei tevois of these three words, Shelach lecha anashim, is chacham, indicating that these individuals need to be chachamim and tzadikim. Rashi already points out that the words kulam anoshim indicate that they were all kesherim at that time. However, the Baal Turim is adding they need to be chachamim. Interestingly, the Ramban is troubled in the order that the Torah records these 12 spies, because this is not the order of their birth, it's not the order that they encamped in, it's not the order by the Shvatim. Instead, the Ramban learns it's in order of eminence and gedula, and this fits well into the Baal Haturim, who says they need to be chachamim. Second offering, Shelach, Gematria 338, which is significant in relation to the episode of the Meraglim. As the Gemara in Avodah Zarah teaches us on Daf Tes, that Klal Yisrael went into Galus when the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed in the year 3000 Shelach. 3,338. So Shelach, which the repercussions of the Meraglim, the Pasuk says in Tehillim, God swore to cast us among the Gentiles, to cast us among the nations of the world. Exile was the repercussion of the Meraglim. This is alluded to in the very word Shelach, 338, as the Golus began in the year 3,388. 3,338. We go to Perek Yud Gimel, Pasuk Gimel. The Baal Turim adds another tidbit. Rashi B'nai Yisrael Hema. Hema is Gematria 50. These individuals were Sarei Chamishim. They were officers over 50. Now Moshe Rabbeinu tells the Meraglim, Perek Yud Gimel, Pasuk Yud Zayin, the Pasuk says, Vayishlach Yisrael Moshe l'asor Eretz Canaan. Moshe sent them out to spy out the land. Vayomer Aleihem Alu ze b'negev va'alisem es hahar. Go up the mountain. Which mountain? Es is Gematria 401, Hahar is Gematria 210, total of 611. Gematria Torah. Then Moshe was saying that the zechus of the Torah should stand up for them. Perhaps we could say slightly different. What is the connection between Hahar and the Gematria Torah? Namely, Rabbi Yehuda HaNasi offers a fantastic principle, and this is really offered by Rav Pinchas Karatzer and the Rav David Ivshitz and the Arvei Nachal. Namely, Eretz Yisrael is different than any other land because Eretz Yisrael is the land of Torah. In order to conquer it, one has to master the Miktsaya, the element, the area of Torah that corresponds to that particular area of Eretz Yisrael. And therefore, the Svarim teach us that before Yehoshua would conquer a city or an area, it says, Vayalan Shem Yehoshua b'toich ha'emek. Yehoshua dwelled in the depth of halacha. Why was Yehoshua learning Torah deeply the night before a battle? Because Yehoshua understood to conquer an area of Eretz Yisrael, you need to master the corresponding area of Torah. And therefore, perhaps Moshe Rabbeinu was saying, Va'alisem es hahar, hahar gematria Torah, that you should have in mind which area of Torah corresponds to the various locations that you will be spying out and looking at in Eretz Yisrael. In fact, Rabbi Yitzchak RabbiDG says, Shelach lecha anashim v'yasuru. V'yasuru is a lashon of Torah, indicating this idea that in order to conquer various parts of Eretz Yisrael, you have to learn and master the corresponding area of Torah. Perek Yud Gimel, Pasuk Chaf Aleph, Vaya'alu vayasuru es haaretz mimidbar tzin ad rechoiv levoy chamas vaya'alu b'negev vayavoy. Well, the Baal Turim points out the final word of Pasuk Chaf Aleph, chamas, ends in a taf. The first three words of Pasuk Chaf Beis, Vayalu b'negev vayavoy, end in a vav, Veis Aleph, spell out avos. This Soifei Tevois Avos backward, indicating that Kalev went to Chevron to pray, to be mishtateach, to prostrate on the kever of the Avos Hakadoshim, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. We move on to Perek Yud Gimel, Pasuk Chaf Daled. Lama koim hahu, that place, kara nachal Eshkol. That place they called the valley of Eshkol, al oidois ha-Eshkol, on account of the Eshkol asher karsu misham b'nei Yisrael, that the b'nei Yisrael cut down from there. Now this pasuk is all about grapes and wine. Says the Baal Haturim, that is why it begins and ends with the letter Lamed, as the Gemara Nazir says on Daf Hey, Stam Naziros, a unspecified time frame of being a Nazarene is 30 days, Lamed Yom. And this also teaches another important idea. If somebody drinks wine properly, the Gemara in Yuma says, Ayin Vav Amud Beis, Chamra v'Reichani, wine and fragrant aromas, Pikchen, they open up the mind to be able to learn deeply. V'Zoicha Lilmai Torah. Now, okay, that's very nice. Wine helps us learn Torah. What is the connection between that and the letter Lamed that begins and ends the pasuk? But as we pointed out, in Perek Aleph, Pasuk Mem Beis of Sefer Devarim, the Baal Haturim has already taught us that the letter Lamed represents learning. That is why by the count of all the Shvatim it says Livnei Ruvain, Livnei Shimon, Livnei Yisachar. But by Naphtali it says B'nei Naphtali. The Baal Haturim says because since they were predominantly female, therefore it doesn't say Lamed. What does the absence of the Lamed have to do with the fact that they were Nekevais? We explained Lamed represents learning. This is also, and therefore since women are pater from Talmud Torah, by Shevet Naphtali it does not say the letter Lamed. Well, this is also indicated in the 28 Zmanim in Koheles, Eis Milchama, Eis Shalom. By most of the Zmanim it says the letter Lamed. Eis Lachavoik, Eis Ledaber, Ve'eis Lachshois. But by some of the Zmanim it does not say Lamed, and we explained in the Shiur on Parshas Bamidbar, because there are certain Zmanim that one is pater from Talmud Torah. Perek Yud Gimel, Pasuk Lamed. Kalev ben Yefuna says, Vayahas Kalev es ha'am el Moshe. Kalev silenced the nation to Moshe. Vayomer, he said, Oloi nale, we will go up. And Rashi points out, we will go out even to the heavens. Even if God would say, go up to the heavens, we would make ladders and we would be successful, we would be matzliach. Says the Baal Haturim, the pshat of Rashi, which is sourced in Saita Lamed Hey, that even if God would tell us to go up to the heavens, we would go up, is marumas in this pasuk, in these words, Oloi na'ala, because it could have said, Oloi, ayin lamed vav. Why ayin lamed hey with a hey? Because the Gemara Psachim says that the Shamayim, the Rakiah, is a distance of 500 years. Allah, we would even go up to the hay, a distance of 500 years to the Shamayim, if we were required to. Perek Yodaled, Pasuk Daled, Vayoymeru Ish Alachiv. One man said to the next, Nitna Roish, we will make a head. Well, the Baal Haturim quotes the Medrash Oisius Rabbi Akiva, we will make a head. That refers to Avodah Zarah. Likewise, by the Egel, we find the word Roish, just we don't find it in that particular order of letters. We find Asher Yelchu Lefanenu, we should make a leader to go for us. Asher is also Roish. We find by David HaMelech, when it said he went Roish, the Gemara in Sanhedrin Darshans, he wanted to serve Avodah Zarah. And just like by the Egel, it was after 40 days, so too here also, this was after the 40 days of the travel of the Meraglim. Offering number 9, Perek Yodalid, Pasuk Lamed. The Pasuk says, Pasuk Lamed Aleph, V'tapechem, and your children, Asher Amartem, that you said, Lavaziyeh, they will be taken plunder, V'hevesi, I will bring them. The word Vehevesi is spelled with an extra yud. Vav he vez, yud aleph saf yud. That middle yud has no connotation or meaning, it's just an extra letter. Says the Baal Haturim, the extra yud represents that God is saying, I will bring them to the land symbolized by the letter yud, namely Eretz Yisrael, as the Mishnah says in Kalim, Perek Aleph Mishnah Ches. Eretz Yisrael was in the Skadesh with 10 different levels of Kedusha. And finally, we move on to Parak Yud, Daled, Pasuk Mem Daled, Vayapilu. Jews left early, strongly, before the time came to enter Eretz Yisrael. It says about Haturim, the gematria of the word Vayapilu is Tzelavchad. As the Gemara in Shabbos on Daf Tzadik Zayin brings a deya, brings an opinion that Slavchad was one of the Ma'apilim, one of the early Jews who, so to speak, forced his way to enter Eretz Yisrael before the designated time. So these are 10 beautiful offerings of the Baal Torah and Parsha Shelach. I want to wish everybody a wonderful week, wonderful Shabbos, Bevarchim, Chodesh Tammuz, Parsha Shelach, Haba Aleinu L'Tova, Bracha V'Hatzlacha. Have a great day.